The revelations come as Trump is under fire from his own base for his Justice Department's handling of the so-called Epstein files. Trump has tried, of course, to distance himself from Epstein every which way. The wedding date of this is December 20th, 1993, in the center of their friendship, which, of course, continued.
Well, yeah, it is. Trump's wedding to Marla Maples in 1993 was dubbed the wedding of the century by the media at the time. And although we know that Trump and Epstein were friends during this period, this is really the first time. Now, besides that one photo of Epstein entering the reception at the Plaza Hotel, we can also see him in the background of another picture.
What if I told you Melania's very first night with Trump may have been aboard Jeffrey Epstein's infamous Lolita Express? Yeah, the same jet wrapped in one of the most notorious sex trafficking scandals in history. And get this, reports say Trump's name was later scrubbed from Epstein's files. Coincidence? Or a cover-up hiding in plain sight? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Stick around, because once you see how this moment connects to his latest culture war distractions, you might never watch his Truth Social posts the same way again. Imagine telling people the love story of how you met your spouse, and having to start with, well, it all began on one of the most infamous private jets in history. Not dinner and a movie. Not a meet cute in Paris.
K-File has unearthed photos of Jeffrey Epstein that we've never seen, and they shed new light on his relationship with President Trump. And this is the proof. Again, this has never been published before, so this is a new image. You haven't seen it out there on X or anything like that. And for comparison, we'll show you on the right a photo of Trump and Marla Maples at the same location under the entryway arch.
Those first allegations of sex trafficking against Epstein, but as you know, Trump's relationship with Epstein has been under the microscope recently.
Nope, a plane that federal prosecutors practically treat like a crime scene on wings. That's the rumor hanging over Melania and Trump's so-called fairy tale. The official, polished version goes like this: they lock eyes at a fashion party in New York in 1998. Trump's at the top of his flashy game, still mostly a tabloid headline machine. Melania's a working model surrounded by runway lights and glossy magazine spreads. There are pictures from the time, him in a tux, her in gowns worth more than most people's cars. The backdrop is all glitter, high society, and Vanity Fair photo ops. It's the type of origin story they've never been shy about repeating when it suits the brand. But there's another account that doesn't quite fit the red carpet image. Some reports have claimed that their first night together didn't involve a romantic suite at the Plaza Hotel. Instead, the scene is a lot more cramped and has less room service. They say it happened on Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express, the plane that's been tied to an endless list of powerful men, disturbing allegations, and one of the darkest scandals in modern politics. If that's true, their personal history instantly changes from a glitzy magazine spread to something far murkier. Political writer Michael Wolff has even claimed that Trump's name was at one point scrubbed from Epstein's files. That's not just a tossed-off rumor.
But one of the photos that K-File found confirms that Epstein actually attended Donald Trump's wedding to Marla Maples.
That's Howard Stern on the far right, along with Robin Leach from Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and Epstein is behind them at the wedding, almost seeming to be photobombing them.
Yeah, you can see Ivanka right there between Trump and Epstein. All right, these are never before seen photos, Andrew. I know you also found, what's that?
Well, that's right. This is from 6 years later in 1999.
It's a claim that's floated through political gossip circles more times than Trump's used spray tan. And the thing about rumors that keep coming back? They usually stick because they sound just close enough to the truth to be uncomfortable. Nothing says romance like picking a seat next to the minibar on a federal prosecutor's favorite piece of evidence. And really, if that's the jump-off point for a relationship, you start wondering, was it actually fate, or was it networking in the most sketchy possible way? Especially when you think about Epstein's guest lists. Those lists weren't just casual plus ones. Every name on them carried baggage. People saw them and instantly thought about late-night limo rides, odd calendar notes, and questions that nobody in power seemed eager to answer. That's why this isn't just some tabloid footnote. If the first big moment between them happened in that jet's leather seats, it moves the story from coincidence into why were you there in the first place territory. It becomes about proximity to a scandal that wasn't even public yet, but would later explode in a way that made anyone even loosely connected look suspicious. And here's where it gets even more relevant today. Think about how Trump handles scandals now. He doesn't stand there silently while people ask questions. He floods the zone with noise, press conferences about unrelated drama, truth social rants, culture war zingers meant to grab headlines so the awkward topic sinks below the fold.
This is the proof that Epstein attended Trump's wedding at the Plaza Hotel in New York. And in the photo, what you see is Epstein entering the Plaza Hotel.
We also found this photo from just a few months earlier. Donald Trump with two of his children talking to Jeffrey Epstein. That's at the opening of the Harley-Davidson Cafe in New York in October.
Some video of Trump and Epstein that was from later of them talking that has also never surfaced before.
Just before models hit the runway at the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
It's the same kind of distraction game magicians play. Flashy hand gestures, sparkles, anything to make you look away from what's really going on. If Wolf's claim about scrubbing records is even halfway accurate, that's a masterclass in early narrative control, erasing the paper trail before anyone knows why it matters. It's not the behavior of someone treating a plane ride as a random social event. It's calculated, like cleaning fingerprints before the cops even knock. That's why this alleged plane night matters so much.
Andrew Kaczynski of K-File is here with the new images of Trump and Epstein. And Andrew, I shared one of them there. So let's start with the one at Trump's wedding. I mean, this is a significant development.
In New York in 1999, the only other video we've seen of the two men, that it's actually been reported that Trump invited Epstein to his wedding. This is, we should note, more than a decade before, 1993. You can see Ivana there. She would have been just about to turn 12 years old in that photo. This video has never been seen before in this context. It shows Trump talking to Jeffrey Epstein.
It's not the travel itinerary, it's the precedent. This isn't saying every detail is confirmed fact. But the persistence of the claim, the pattern of avoiding direct answers, and the way the public image has been so carefully managed since, that's why people keep coming back to it. The Lolita Express has long been a shorthand for the ugliest kinds of elite behavior. Having your name even floated in that context is politically toxic. Having it tied to the S